Just plug it in. All right, coming up on this week's podcast, we're going to talk smartphones. Microsoft and Sony are trying to play together. Plus, the guys chat about a smart umbrella and 4K TVs. Are they worth buying? We'll see. Let's go.
Bandwidth Boys Podcast.
I know now that I love you 'cause I need your touch. Hey, reunited and it feels so good.
We talk about stuff, tech stuff.
Welcome to another episode of Bandwidth Boys, the podcast. I'm Greg.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Connolly. Happy National Kick Butts Day.
Kick Butts Day.
That's March.
Is it really?
National Kick Butts Day. It's also National Freedom of Information Day, National Artichoke Hearts Day, and National Everything You Do Is Right Day. So everything we say today is right.
That's every day, though.
That's correct. But today is a national. Everything I say
Today
is
it's
right.
officially recognized.
That's what I'm saying. So happy National Kick Butts Day to everyone.
That's the one of the list you made that I'm confused about. Like literally kicking butts or sort of the euphemism?
I don't know.
Whatever. You just, the way you want
I just know it's Kick Butts Day.
And it's also everything's right day, so whatever you say is the right thing, Greg.
That's right, Greg. You're right. For the first time on the show, you're right.
Oh, lucky me. One show and one show only. All right. Are we going to get right into what's going on in Tech World?
Let's do it.
What's going on in tech world?
Gamers. Oh, I jumped that. Gamers rejoice. Microsoft and Sony are going to play nicely together. Okay, well, that's a dream, but it could happen. Earlier this week, Microsoft announced they are opening their platform to developers to choose whether they will support cross-platform gaming. It took Sony a few days to respond, but today they indicated they'd be willing to play nicely. PlayStation has been supporting cross-platform play between PC on several software titles, starting with Final Fantasy XI on the PS2 and PC back in 2002.
Close quote.
Oh, end quote. Notes a statement from Sony to GameSpot. They continued on by saying, quote, "We would be happy to have the conversation with any publishers or developers who are interested in cross-platform play," end quote. That doesn't answer the question of Microsoft and Sony playing nicely, but it's a step in the right direction, right?
Well, everyone and their mom seems to be on Twitter nowadays. I wonder why you gave me this one. Now you can add the new Supreme Court Justice nominee. Prior to today's announcement of a Supreme Court Justice nominee, the White House started a Twitter handle, a new one, at, is it SCOTUS nom?
SCOTUS.
It's SCOTUS. Makes more sense, doesn't it? Okay.
It does.
Trying to get ahead of the Republican backlash is what they were doing. The Twitter account tweeted at POTUS will announce his hashtag SCOTUS nominee at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Follow along, get the facts from his nominee and the nomination process in the Senate. This will be the first time the White House has used social media to bring it. It isn't. I was going to say they've used it all the time. This is not the first time the White House has used social media to bring to light controversial issues. Take at the Iran deal, for example.
That went over really well. Huge layoffs announced today by daily deal website Living Social. The company announced this week they would lay off 160 employees over the next 2 months. They also said they would shut down their Arizona-based customer service center, accounting for another 120 jobs. Living Social will be outsourcing call center duties to an unnamed U.S.-based service provider, which the company says is based in New Jersey. Living Social has been laying off people for a while, trying to become a lean, mean fighting machine. Back in October of last year, they laid off nearly 200 employees.
The VR market is becoming more competitive now that Sony has released its price point for their VR machine, $399. That's nearly $200 cheaper than the competitor Oculus Rift and $400 less than HTC's Vive. The Japanese company also revealed that it expects more than 50 games tailored to its headset when it launches in October, way past their original estimate of first half of the year. The PlayStation VR is seen as less advanced than its two rivals, but many experts think it will outsell them.
Well, the Apple and FBI battle rages on. In a reply to the Justice Department's filings, Apple says the All Writs Acts, the 227-year-old law, cannot be applied to this case. Apple also went on to say that the founding fathers of the United States would be appalled by how the FBI and Justice Department are trying to use the All Writs Act. The Apple filing said, quote, "The All Writs Act cannot be stretched to fit this case, because to do so would be to usurp the legislative function and to improperly extend the limited federal court jurisdiction," end quote.
Such lawyer talk.
I know. I didn't understand a word of it. The Justice Department declined to comment Tuesday, saying it will argue the case next week. I understood that.
And that's a wrap on what's going on, Tech World. I think lawyers only write for themselves. I have no idea what that quote meant. Just saying.
Law school's tough. I mean, you by the time you get out, you're right like that.
All right, time to jump into the big talk this week. And so we're going to venture down the world of televisions. So, at CES, the big thing with televisions were 4K. So, I'm going to propose to you guys, at this point in where we are with technology, is 4K worth the purchase? I have a list of 6 things that I think of 4K. I can start with number 1 if you want me to, or you guys can go ahead.
What's number 1?
Number 1 is the eye has a finite resolution. So
that would be in the against column then.
Would be in the against column. I think you will quickly learn from my list that all 6 are in the against column.
Oh, well.
Of 4K.
Oh, spoiler alert.
Spoiler, you don't have to tune into the rest of the show. That's it. Thanks for joining us.
I don't agree with that.
What do you mean you don't agree with it?
Because TVs are getting bigger. So once you start
Go ahead, keep going. I'm not stopping you.
You had that
I'm
look.
just putting my hand up.
I think a 1080 signal looks great, but once you start getting above, 60 inches or so, that 1080 no longer looks as crisp as it did at 40 inches.
Okay.
So you start needing a higher resolution in order to keep the same crispness and the same resolution that you come to expect for HD TVs.
Okay.
Or UHD TVs.
Okay. Can I continue?
Yes.
Who's buying an 80-inch TV?
Who isn't? Who's to say
This
that?
guy. This guy is not buying an 80-inch TV, and that old guy in Spokane is also not buying an 80-inch TV because our rooms can't fit an 80-inch TV. What's the point? There's no point to buying an 80-inch TV.
Is it fair to say, though, that
No, it's not fair.
the size
And it would be
expectation-
84, by the way. But go ahead.
Not necessarily.
That's the optimal 9 feet away from the TV. 84 is what you have to get to see a difference in resolution. But go ahead. Keep going.
All right. Is it fair to say, though, that the size expectation of televisions is dramatically increasing
No.
from where it was before?
Nope.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You don't think people are buying bigger TVs now than they were 10 years ago?
No, because apartments are getting smaller. Houses are getting smaller. What's the point of buying an 80-inch TV? No
Greg?
point at all.
Greg has a confused look on his face.
Yeah, because your point is stupid.
Well, no. It's because every television I bought in the last 10 years has been bigger than the one that was just before it, and my apartment has not gotten any smaller.
There's a certain point where we just stop buying bigger.
Well, I guess I don't know. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I keep buying one that's larger every time, and it's mostly because to this point there still is a place to put it in the house.
What
they start
size
to take up less and less space. I mean, they're so much thinner now, so you don't have to have furniture to put them on. You can just put them on the wall, and I don't know. It just changes over time. I think I'll keep buying bigger TVs, but mostly for bars and places where they have presentations of one kind or another. They're going to get larger and
What
larger.
size TV are you at now?
50, I think. Yeah, I think it's 50. Maybe it's 55. I can't remember.
You did a 50-inch TV, Matt?
That's his current TV.
Okay, what's the next one you're going to buy? If you were to poke around at the TV land, if you're going to go bigger, how much bigger?
I wish I could answer the question. I don't know.
And I think a big factor for size is price, right?
Yeah.
If the price of the panels come down,
no,
and you can get a 75-inch TV,
no one's going to get a 75-inch TV.
I don't understand why you think everyone
Because
has this
I have a
deep-rooted
wife.
hatred of
I have
big
a
TVs.
wife who says that is the biggest TV you're going to get. That's why I think I'm not going to get a 75-inch TV in my lifetime unless I have a man cave.
So what I hear you saying is that if the decision was up to you,
I wouldn't go bigger. There's no point. I don't need an 80-inch TV on my wall.
but
I sit 6 feet away from the damn thing.
okay, well, not everyone sits 6 feet away.
Okay, maybe I sit 8 feet away.
And then if you're sitting 8 feet, mathematically, you need a big TV.
I don't need an 80-inch TV.
All right, you need a 75.
No, I don't. I don't need a 75-inch.
A 5-inch negotiation was just made there.
That's a lot of inches.
That's what she said.
What's your number 2 point?
Number 2. Oh, you kind of covered it. 84-inch TVs are never going to be the mainstream.
Well, they are.
They are not. In Matt's world, the 84 is going to be the mainstream TV. In the world of consumerism, 84 is not going to be part of the mainstream. It's
Where
going
do
to
you
be what
think-
Greg said, for the bars, for schools, for TV stations. That's the market that 84-inch TVs and higher are going to be. So 4K makes sense to that. But for the normal consumer, 60 inches or 64 inches is at max what you're going to put in your living room.
Hey, Greg, let me ask you a question. When you were growing up,
Why do we have to go back to black and white TV?
how big? What was a big TV? Like if you think about your friends and who had the biggest TV, the biggest and coolest TV, how big was that?
Well, I guess when I was quite young, I suppose it probably wouldn't be any more than probably 32.
Oh, weird.
I don't think it's weird.
But I would say that by the time I was a high school guy, the people who had the really big back projector TVs, that was kind of the deal. Sometimes the tricolor, projectors, they would be more like 50. They'd be about the same size as my current flat screen.
But that
Weird.
So
Weird.
So in Greg's lifetime, from the time he was a wee lad to when he was older,
He has the same size TV.
the average panel
It's
increased
50 inches.
went from
He just said
32 to 50. Isn't that what he just said? So why wouldn't we go 50 to 70? Why? I think the only limiting factor here for panel sizes is price.
No, it's not.
When the panel becomes cheaper, there is no reason people will not buy a bigger TV. I understand in the bedroom you might want a smaller one. Maybe you're putting on a piece of furniture. In your family room or your living room, why wouldn't you buy the biggest panel you can
Because
buy?
you don't need it. You're just wasting money.
I don't think
You're just wasting money. I
think that's
not
at the
wasting-
distance that you're watching TV, there's no difference. 0% difference.
You're
from
not
1080 to 4K.
you're
no
not
difference
You
to
are
the-
not
The
wasting
distance,
money though.
you are wasting money.
You're not wasting money.
What
That
do you,
was what I
what do
just
you
said.
get? What do you get
If-
out of a 4K TV? What do you get?
You,
What do you get?
I think the resolution.
I get to watch a news anchor look even worse than they look on TV now. What do I get?
I wouldn't recommend the news.
What am I getting? That
Well,
I'm
I
not
think
getting
we're a little bit, maybe not cart before the horse, but we've jumped ahead a few questions here, and that is, we've got to kind of figure out what's any worth to 4K, and I know that you're going down that road, but why is it coming then?
It's a gimmick.
It's a gimmick.
It's like 3D TVs.
No.
It's a gimmick. They have to sell more. They can't stop innovating like Apple and their, every upgrade, and Android and Samsung. Every year we have to come out with something new, and this is their new thing.
But
It's
it feels a little bit more like going SD to HD to me than it does just like 3D gimmick to me. It feels more like that because they're telling television and other casters out there that you're going to have to make it available at a certain time. So it feels a little bit more like that than.
Yeah.
I think
just the 3D thing.
regulatory-wise, it feels like that. Feature-wise, people at home wouldn't know the difference.
No,
They'd
I'd
only
even.
know the difference if you put them side by side. They would only know the difference if you put them side by side.
But the thing I've noticed, and I know I've said it to you two before, is that I was standing in a Sears and Roebuck store looking at a television that was in. Yeah, what's Sears? Yeah, one of those old multi-floored buildings where you used to go buy lots of different things.
Rats.
Yeah, but anyway, they had their television display on. There was a playoff football game going on. It was probably a year or two ago. And so they were not feeding it the beautiful Ultra HD or 2K at that point or 4K or whatever they would have to feed it to make it look right. They were feeding it the regular broadcast signal that was coming in, a 1920 1080 signal that was coming from a cable company, so it was all crapped out. It looked so bad, I would not have spent $8 on that television. That concerns me. When does the 4K content arrive?
Right.
It's
Please,
coming.
where from? I don't see it.
The interwebs.
Okay, but only to places that can carry super high bandwidth, right?
Yes, but that's also coming. The next step in technology is going to be faster internet that's more reliable, and then we're going to see bigger deliveries of 4K content.
Okay. Over the air is over with when it comes to that.
Yeah. Also, cable's over with.
And cable's over with when it comes to that.
It's going to bow out.
Somehow I bet cable wouldn't say that, but we've said it right here tonight on this show.
Why? Because it's National War Right Day.
That's correct.
Either that or you'll start seeing cable packages with like 10 channels, and that'll be it.
Well, that might be an upgrade. Anyway, you were like on point 3.
Well, Matt's poo-pooed the rest of them.
Oh, I've already shot them down.
No, I don't. No,
It's okay. I'm
you didn't.
sorry.
You didn't shoot them down. You just sound stupid. But
what were they? Just go through.
They were gimmick. Resolution is overrated, and picture quality is underrated. So
Picture quality is
That was mine.
underrated.
Yeah.
Why would
That
you
was
say
it.
picture quality is underrated?
You mean people don't care that much?
Yeah. What?
yeah, they
Is
should,
that what you mean?
but they don't. Yeah,
Okay.
they care more about the resolution.
Yeah.
But resolution is overstated. Picture quality is understated. More colors, deeper colors, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Underrated, and that's what we should be touting, but we're not.
But
Yeah.
with
They're just pushing the 4K because it's a big number.
but
Well,
with
what are they doing in the movie theaters that are shooting in the high def movie theaters now? What are we seeing?
film.
Well, you're seeing 4K.
No, we're not.
You're seeing 4K.
4K is what the
At
standard
projector
is.
level from movies. You're
In-
seeing 4K.
In like a
That's what
movie,
he's talking about.
in like a movie theater.
Right. There are a lot of theaters now that are not playing film back. They're
You're
playing.
seeing above 4K, but that's different from TV. Projection versus TV are two different things.
No, I'm just curious because we're talking.
6K.
Really?
Yeah.
That's it?
That's it.
I doubt that.
You think it's higher? I don't even know where to start. You guys do.
I mean, Matt's right, so
I'm
we'll
gonna Google it.
just listen to Matt all day.
I guess what I'm getting at is I start to see some places where the two could start to come together if the resolution is high enough.
Yeah, they already have. They already have come together in the movie theater arena, and it makes sense that it came together at that place because the screen is gigantic, so you need more resolution. So 4K, 8K is going to be, the standard there. But at home and consumer, it's a different story. What do you got, Matt? Oh, Connolly was right.
A digital cinema standard is 2K.
2K.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're using 4K projectors.
Yeah. But I guess that makes sense. Right?
Can you just say Connolly was right?
Well, you weren't.
I was. They're using 4K projectors.
I'm not sure how that actually works out if you're to pit it against 70 millimeter film and how it blows up on the screen with light behind it. I mean, it's a different look, that's for sure, but you're just not seeing that anymore much.
Yeah.
It's really all but gone, except in some art theaters, I imagine.
Anything else you'd like to correct me on?
What else did you say?
That was it. Oh my God.
I have no
So I'm
doubt.
saying today, at this current moment, if you had a credit card, would you go buy a 4K TV? Greg?
No way.
Me? No way. Matt?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that.
What's on Matt's mind?
So tying in to this amazing conversation, I think I just sold myself.
Lively conversation.
I'm in the market for a new TV. And
You have to buy 4K.
well, see, now I do because I made it
Well-
sound so great. But,
Not because you made it sound great, because they don't sell anything else.
well, no, that's not true. That's not true. Hold your horses, pump the brakes.
Pumping the
now,
brakes.
right now, today,
Today.
or like in 2 weeks when I
March
go buy it.
16th, National Kick Butts Day.
What makes more sense?
You're not going to buy a new TV. That makes the most sense. Wait.
Is
Wait.
that the answer?
Wait.
For what?
Content. Wait for content and wait for picture to get better. Give it a year.
I don't
One
wanna,
year.
I don't want to wait a year.
You got to wait a year.
I don't-
Because OLEDs will come down, and then that's when it'll be worth it.
That's gonna
Once the
take way more than a
OLED,
year.
no, it'll come down. Once OLED comes down, that's the TV you want to buy in 4K. That is a replacement to plasmas because it'll look good. Do not waste your money on an LED 4K TV that has crappy border lighting, backlit crap. Don't buy it. It looks like poo. Refresh rate is terrible. Don't do it. Just wait.
Okay, so
Wait for the OLED. You're going to love it.
Okay, so say in 2 weeks I go to buy a TV.
Okay, you just ignored what I said, Greg.
Does it make more sense to get a higher end 1080 panel, or does it make more sense to get a more mid-range 4K panel and be more future-proof? And I'm
Well,
not here.
for me, the model that's worked for me has been to do the former and not the latter, is to get the high quality 1080 panel.
Even though it will be outdated very soon.
Look, as you guys both know, because I've told you many times, I have a 720p. I have two 720p Panasonic Vieras. They're great TVs. They're plasmas, and so that just has happened to have, I think, a longer life looking good than any other TVs that I've seen in the meantime, and I still find them to be a pleasure to look at. And so I think you can beat the high price thing of having to be at the front door right when it opens, even when this OLED thing happens that you're talking about, Connolly, because the prices are going to have to come down over a couple of years for it to be a bargain, unless you just really have money set aside to want to stay on the up and up. But maybe that's just me. I guess maybe I can put up with a little less motion capability on my television in fast-paced sports or whatever it might be. But my viewing has been pretty darn good on the good Panasonics, rather than buying a cheap 2K or 4K or trying to keep up with the Joneses there for me. But I know you're much more into wanting to stay right on top of things. Matt.
Not Connolly.
Yeah, Matt. No, I like quality.
Well, he was the one who was
Who
bringing
put
the point together. I know that you have a different look at it than I do. You probably would just, have to sit there in my living room and cover your eyes because you just couldn't believe how lousy it was. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm with
I don't
Greg.
know.
I would spend the money, or I would buy the older version, high quality of that.
I just don't think the content's coming anywhere near at the rate that the technology's coming to you on the showroom floor. I just haven't seen it. Where am I getting 4K? When?
Now.
But from where?
Through your Apple TV, probably.
See, that's my thing, is that, yeah, cable will never be 4K, but I don't have cable.
No, I don't either. So that's fine. I'm really asking the question, not cynically. I'm asking the question, where is it? It's in the Apple TV?
Yeah, Netflix.
Does the Apple TV output 4K?
No,
Well, there you go.
but the Roku does. So then I just have to get a Roku. But
Just saying.
But I guess alternatively too, they're both smart TVs, so they can just do it themselves.
Hmm.
So then the player
If you
doesn't
want
make a
to
difference.
sit through that shitty GUI.
Oh, the smart in my smart TV is really not very smart. I'm considering. I'm going to have to go watch a show tonight on Amazon, and I have to use my smart TV because, of course, Amazon will not play.
How long is that going to take you?
It's going to take me, honestly, it's going to take me about 4.5 minutes of waiting time
To navigate the screen?
to slowly get through the various menu portions. It's going to be right around 4.5 minutes, and then my show is going to start. And last night, or 2 nights ago, whatever it was, the last time I sat down to watch a show that was on Amazon, it was a couple nights ago, and I got everything going, literally just got started. I was into the show a little bit, and my cat stepped on my Apple TV remote, and it went right to the menu. Yeah. It just took me right to the menu, changed the whole thing. So I had to go back and do the whole 4 minutes over again. Because once it kicks out, I imagine your smart TV will be smarter than mine, because mine, as you know, is a lot older. But it's always worked.
Once it gets going, though, is the video good, or does it stutter and buffer?
Oh, I've had no problem. Plays great once it gets going.
What do you get to 1,000 megabytes down, though?
That's true.
1,000, yeah.
We went over to Seattle on the 4K kick. We went over to Seattle this past weekend, and God bless my wife's grandparents. They have a 4K TV. Yeah. Good old Samsung. I walked in, turned the TV on. Holy cow, it was bright. They had it on game mode.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, my eyes.
And you're not allowed to change it, right?
No, because then it becomes too dark.
I put my plasma on game mode now because it needs to be.
It needs to be. Yeah. But man, 4K, vivid. Whew.
Oh my.
Right.
But it looked good.
No, it looked like plastic. It looked like I was watching plastic. I forgot what I was watching. Oh, I was watching Celtic Thunder. So it looked terrible.
Well, that's your own. Yeah, that's not. You shouldn't be watching that.
Have we helped you out at all?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy the 4K.
Okay, great.
But thank you.
Why are we here, Greg? Just let it hit the theme song and walk out.
I think really more than anything, it's probably we just hold on to the "I told you so" and see if it ever happens later. That's all. All we can do is give sage advice, and if we have to just watch the disaster, we'll watch it.
What I really want to enjoy watching is his discussion with his girlfriend to talk about if he can really buy the TV and the size that he wants to buy. That's the better discussion that I can't wait to hear about.
I'm not worried.
That's great.
The horses.
Yeah, I would be. Is it crowdfunding time, my friend?
Yes.
All right, baby.
Got?
Back this week. We're heading to the world of Kickstarter. Have you ever, used an app before to determine the weather?
Every day. Yeah.
Have you ever gone to Google and it said, "Oh, it's not going to rain," and then 30 minutes later you walk out, it rains?
Yes.
Well, this device says that it has solved that problem. It's called the Umbrella.
Umbrella.
Take a listen.
Not the right one. Hold on.
Matt has failed at the one job he has: send his output to the right source.
Oh, I didn't even plug it in.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even have the cord.
Oh, he doesn't even have the cord.
There it is.
Maybe put your microphone up next to your computer speaker or something really archaic like that.
Gosh. He just ruined the show. We were having a pretty good show. Everything was kind of working, and then boom. Fail. Are we ready now, man?
I think this is what makes people feel better about, technology. The people who think about it this much still screw up all the time with it.
Just Matt. Just Matt.
Have you ever checked weather conditions on your smartphone, asking yourself whether or not you should take your umbrella with you? Before realizing forecasts cannot be trusted. What if you could trust your umbrella? Let me introduce you to the Umbrella. Umbrella is a connected umbrella It sends you alerts on your smartphone when rain is on the way and reminds you to take it with you should you go outside. So how does this work? The Umbrella is a portable weather station. It collects real-time data such as temperature, pressure, humidity, and light. Data is processed and shared with all the Umbrella community, allowing everyone to receive hyper-local alerts. Long story short, we turn your Umbrella into a social umbrella. Oh, and one more thing. You will never leave an umbrella behind. Why? Simply because it is a smart umbrella, an umbrella that is connected to your smartphone and notifies you when you're about to forget it. In a word, unforgettable.
On a travaillé avec Weezoo pour rendre ce parapluie inoubliable aussi en termes de design. On a développé une matière en exclusivité pour Weezoo, qui est une matière qui donne vraiment l'impression d'avoir un morceau d'aurore boréale dans les mains et qui du coup fait des effets, des reflets qui sont hyper intéressants sur les murs et qui sont changeants en permanence et qui rendent vraiment ce parapluie particulier. Pour la partie connectée du parapluie, on a redessiné
All right, you get the gist by now.
archétypale des parapluies.
And I'm sorry if you understand that. I'm cutting it off. So it's called the Umbrella, and so it's a smart umbrella. I figured, what a more perfect thing to talk about in Pullman than the Umbrella, as the other day we had a freak snowstorm just 8 miles that away. So
That away.
I'm not good with direction. I'm from
No.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
It's either sun or mountain, ocean. They don't have that here.
Maybe you should just always point up and just be consistent.
It's that way. So essentially, it's an umbrella that can tell the weather, and it connects to your smartphone, so you can get a weather alert from your umbrella. If you forget it, it'll let you know, hey, idiot, go get me, because that cost a lot of money. And I think the thing that they're touting a lot is their app is very user-based and community-driven, and so it's hyper-local to where you are. So the more umbrellas there are, in theory, the more sensors there are in that area to better predict any kind of weather that that is about to happen. Thoughts on the umbrella?
I own. Do I own one? I've never been in a bumbershoot kind of guy, even though I grew up in Seattle.
Yeah, I don't use umbrella.
So I'm trying to put myself in the position of somebody who uses them, and a lot of people do, rather than just poo-poo it. I'm not interested in that. I actually think it's really cool.
I think
That's what I think of it. I think it's really cool.
I think the community-based part of it is really cool. Using everyone's umbrella to become a sensor to better tell what is happening in that local area. I mean, when you go into Google, they're kind of just going with the weather station at the airport, which could be completely different than where you are 2 miles down the road, and it doesn't quite know that. And so being able to tell you what it's like in your area based on other people, so I mean, it probably does better in, highly populated areas like big cities, Seattle, LA, New York, where there could be more umbrellas, who knows, if people are buying it. But to be able to have all that data to then track what's happening weather-wise, I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it is definitely an urban thing, an absolutely urban thing. But I think it's totally cool. I like it that it makes you feel like you're holding Aurora Borealis in your hand. I think that was a nice touch.
All right, good.
You don't have to speak French to know that. That was...
To know that Matt thinks it sucks, or?
Oh well, either way, yes, that's right.
All right.
Yeah. He was turned off by that idea. All right, you're going to give us the price, and I'm going to pretend like I'm an affluent person living in Spokane, or not Spokane, Seattle. I'll try Seattle.
Right. Pretend you're a hipster in Seattle.
That's what I'm going to do.
I'm going to give you, let's do two, okay? Let's do two different ones.
All right.
I'm going to give you the price of how much it would cost for this Borealis thing in your hand with the sensor in it, okay? $66 to get you into the game of an umbrella with the sensor that can talk to your phone. So
it works. For $66, it works.
$66, it works.
Okay.
So you get one exclusive umbrella. You can choose between a colorful edition, the white edition, black edition, and then the bag.
Aurora Borealis.
Right.
That's the one I want.
You can have that all you want for $66 of backing this project.
Okay.
That is a super early bird special. So, Greg, I'm going to ask you, at $66, are you going to back the umbrella or not? Oh, that was a new one.
That was nice. Yes, I am. I'm backing it at $66. I think that is nicely priced.
Wow.
You would spend $66
No,
on an
listen,
umbrella?
listen, Matt. He's putting himself in a hipster LA, Seattle type of environment where there are people that want to know what's happening to protect their $1,000 gear. This is what he's putting his mindset into.
I'm just trying to look at it and say, what would you have to pay for an upper end umbrella anyway? I don't think it's going to be $15. I think it's going to be 50 plus.
It's a free giveaway at a Cougar football game.
It's not that one. Yeah. No, that's why I say I think it. I think $66 for what you're getting is not a bad deal.
But a $50, $60 umbrella is a high quality umbrella. This isn't a high quality umbrella.
How do you know
We
that?
don't know. We don't
This
know.
is an umbrella with tech.
You don't know that it's not high quality.
It can't
You're
be high
making that
quality.
assumption.
It cannot be high
How
quality.
do you know that?
Because if
Did you ask the umbrella people, is this
if a-
high quality? No, you didn't.
if a high quality
They went into speech of how it was made, stitched, blah blah blah.
if a high quality umbrella
Design.
now is $50 or $60,
It's a there's a
there's
canopy.
no way you can have a $60 umbrella with all this tech and be the
It's
same
a
quality.
strong and beautiful canopy.
So
Furthermore,
say-
it's UV resistant and windproof. You don't know it's not high quality.
so if
Well,
they-
we also aren't in retail with this price. So if you were to buy this guy,
Early
not
fitting
super
price.
early bird, in a kitschy
what is retail?
shop in downtown Seattle, I bet the retail is $100 and a
That
quarter.
doesn't say what the retail is.
But-
The regular one says $88. That's the first edition. So after the super early birds are done, Dunzo. 88
66 to 88. All right. So I went in on super early bird for 66.
You went on 66.
I'm not buying this.
That's shocking.
That is. He doesn't have any money left over after buying that 4K TV is the problem. So he's chafed
All right.
about that.
I don't use umbrellas because I think they're stupid, and I have a North Face jacket that does exactly what I need.
I'm with you, but
If I had to buy an umbrella, and under the assumption this was a high quality umbrella, I think it would be pretty cool, and I would pack it. So Matt, I have another question for you then, because I said I had two scenarios, right?
Mhm.
Two rewards.
Yep.
66 was for the umbrella and the shininess, and Greg bought the shiny one. I bought the white edition.
Aurora Borealis.
I like the white version.
Yep.
How about at $32, it gives you the capsule, and you attach it to whatever umbrella you want. You have an umbrella at home, the $15 one that you bought from somewhere, and for $32 you put the capsule on, and it becomes a smart umbrella. Would you back it at $32?
No.
All right. I gave it a shot. But anyways, by a vote of 2-1,
So, fellas, baby got back. Baby got back.
we back the umbrella.
That was a
Can't believe
good
you
one.
wouldn't back it.
I
What if you knew it was a high quality umbrella? Would you back it?
no,
Okay.
because they would have to
Okay.
be so expensive that I would not buy it.
Okay.
I don't need my umbrella to tell me when it's going to rain. I've never run into a scenario where the weather on my phone was just so incorrect that I got screwed.
All right. Good on you.
Google.
It's time to play my favorite game. Help me, Google.
I hate this game.
Love this game. I love it because Matt hates it. That's why I love it. Just a review of the rules, right? It's a Family Feud style. So the higher up on the board you get, the more points you get. The more points you win the game. I type a phrase into Google. Google auto suggests 4 or 5 things to autofill the rest of my search term. Okay?
All right.
Are you guys ready?
Sure.
Got your buzzers ready, Matt? What's your buzzer?
Oh, I say my name, Matt.
All right.
Running, Greg. What's your buzzer?
Well, I would assume it would be my name, which is
That's
Greg.
correct.
Let's confuse them and use each other's names.
Yeah,
Greg,
that's
Matt.
right. I also use this.
You can't use the arrows this week. No. Arrows not this week.
I
All
make
right.
it a point every week, any week I'm on the show, that I find a way to use the arrow.
That's
so.
right. That's right. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
First one. Apple is. Anyone?
Innovative. Greg.
Say Greg.
I got it in the wrong order. Sorry. Innovative.
Matt.
Awesome.
You know, I don't have as a pen to keep score, but doesn't matter. 0-0 anyways.
That's right. Yeah, it's
Here
pretty
we
easy
go.
at this point.
Starting at the bottom, Apple is dying, Apple is worth, Apple is bad, Apple is better than Android.
Well, that's obvious.
Obviously correct. I know. Thank you. Here we go. Android is.
Matt.
I like how you have to go. Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Matt.
Slow.
No. You can't use your personal feelings on this.
Well, the answers, a lot of the answers to the Apple one were definitely somebody's personal feelings.
Yeah, but not Matt's personal feelings.
No, that's true.
Greg, you got a
Hey.
guess?
Well, okay. Android is Greg getting better.
Android is better than Apple. Android is starting. Android is starting optimizing app, and Android is upgrading.
Hmm.
You guys are off to a great start.
Are those like messages that pop up? Like Android is starting?
Yes,
Oh, yeah, I would never know that.
Android is optimizing. All right, next
I've
up.
heard you say that a few times.
That he hates Android?
No, that your Android is optimizing.
Oh, yes, and then it kills my battery. That's not
It's
shocking.
really optimized.
Very. All right, 4K is.
Matt.
Matt.
Expensive.
Wow.
Greg, 4K is.
Greg, a waste of money.
Close. The bottom answer, 4K is pointless. So I could have gave you that one, but I'll be fair.
But you're
4K
right
is
with it.
pointless. 4K is how many megapixels. 4K is what resolution, and 4K is how many miles.
Oh, 4 kilometers.
That's pretty good. I like that.
Tech related. All right, here we
That's
go.
that's what happens. Right there.
All right. Facebook is
Matt.
Matt.
Dying.
Oh! Number 3
Ooh.
answered. That's 2 points.
That's very exciting.
2 points.
That is good.
Greg?
Facebook is for old people.
Oh, close.
Mm.
Or losers.
That is not close. If you don't, you're not going to find that in your.
No.
No.
Facebook is a waste of time. Facebook is dying. Facebook is for losers, and Facebook is down.
Hmm.
What you gonna do? All right. Snapchat is
Matt.
Matt.
Pointless / dumb.
Any other adjectives you want to add there? Greg. Snapchat is
Awesome.
no. That wasn't on the list. Snapchat is pending. Snapchat is dead ad. I don't know what that means. Snapchat is dead, and Snapchat is bad. I don't know what
think
dead ad means.
it's not dead though.
Matt's up 2-0, Greg.
Yeah, I
Here we
know.
go. Technology is
Greg,
Greg.
exploding.
Changing.
Matt.
Matt.
It's wrong anyways. Technology is defined as technology is taking over, technology is good, technology is bad. Number 1 answer.
One of
All
these
right,
days, I'm gonna remember
One
the.
time you're gonna remember these and then you're gonna get them. All right, here we go. Ready for the last one? This one's
Last
fun.
time. All right.
Non-technical related. All right. Last question of Help Me Google. Greg needs 2 points to tie, 3 points to win. I was like 1 point. Never mind. It is fun to It is fun to.
It is. Help me Google. It is fun to.
The number one answer is stupid. I can tell you that much. It is fun to.
Greg,
Greg.
laugh.
No. But yes, it is fun to laugh.
I know. That's why I just thought I would give it a shot.
Matt, you win the game. You might as well just guess.
Dance.
No. Number
Sing.
4 answer. No. You want to keep going?
Is it an activity?
Yes. Kind of. Yes, it's an activity.
No, what are they?
All right.
It's not a
Shoplift.
That
you
is-
know.
What?
Shoplift. You know.
Yeah, it's fun to shop.
I'm just going to try a different direction.
Number 5. It is fun to drink alone. Number 4.
I guess I can't completely argue
Why were you
that.
Googling?
I don't know why you would Google it. Some people Google it, I guess. Number 4. It is fun to be a doctor. All right. Number 3.
I was almost going to say that, not.
Number 3. It is fun to travel alone. Number 2. It is fun to be a lawyer. And the number 1. It is fun to work at GameStop.
Google.
Oh man! So by a score of 2-1, Matt wins that round of Help Me Google. Greg has just boycotted the rest of the show with a red arrow.
The red arrow's the one that points downward, just for anybody who has not decided to completely forego their evening and watch this abomination if they're not seeing it.
So from red arrow to
Holy mackerel.
I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.
So this is the time of the show where we find out what's in Greg's cup. Each week, Greg, if he has nothing exciting in his cup, will give us all a fun drink to go try. Because Greg is a very connoisseur of wines, of different spirits, whiskey, scotches. So each week, Greg is going to give us a recommendation to go out and try something. So.
I am? All right, that's great.
This is Greg's little segment.
I thought this sucker bottomed out with me just telling you what was in the cup that I currently have. I didn't realize we had a full, sponsored event following that. That's outstanding.
Well, first you have to tell us what's in your cup.
I can. I do have a cup this evening. I just finished the contents of it. It's not exciting this evening. If you're, it's sparkling water is what it is this evening. It has a lemon twist to it.
So that won't be his drink of recommendation.
All right, but I will make a recommendation.
Let's give us a weekly drink to recommend.
All right, I'm going to start with an absolute go-to for me, and that is tequila and grapefruit.
Really?
Yes.
To get you mix it, or you take the shot and then you.
No, it's a mixed drink.
He's a classy man. He does not do tequila shots.
Oh yes, I do, but
Let's not sell these people
But
shit.
I really appreciate that, Matt, but I've got to cut that one off because I am not a classy man. I'm a tavern-dwelling, just throw the suds my way kind of a fella.
So it's a mixed drink then?
So yeah, we're talking just three ice cubes. I personally like to work a little up in the count and go with at least a shot and a half, maybe 2.
Shot and a half. Wow. And then
in a tall glass, not a short one, in a tall glass.
hey, whatever floats your boat.
And then I like not the pink grapefruit juice, but the lighter white grapefruit juice. And for me, my favorite thing to do then is to pour just a little bit of sparkling water on top of that and spritz it just a little bit.
Wow.
That I find to be just a sort of an everyday. Not that I have one every day, but I would be happy to have one every day.
And do you stir it? Do you mix it, or you just layer it and then drink it?
I stir it up. But...
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. Do you use like ice that from the freezer, or do you use like the metal cubed ice that doesn't melt in your drink?
I don't.
For some drink.
As I mentioned, my level of class has not reached anything above the freezer.
All right. So what do you call this contraption?
It's
Tequila
just
grapefruit?
it's absolutely nothing more. Yeah, tequila grapefruit. Been enjoying tequila grapefruits for 20 years.
Red Solo Cup, I fill you up. Let's have a party. Let's have a party. I love you, Red Solo Cup.
All right. So that's a fun little segment we're gonna start doing. So Greg, get your drink specials ready.
I will.
You think your girlfriend would like tequila and grapefruit?
Probably.
I find that people tend to be real. You usually get a grimaced, sort of pinched-looking facial expression from most people when you mention tequila out loud.
That's me. I had a bad experience with tequila.
That seems to be the problem. I think the great thing about tequila, number one great thing about tequila, not a depressant. It's a different thing.
All right. Why do you have this disgusted look on your face?
Yeah, he's got the grimmest, pinched face of the person who just heard the word tequila. That's what happened.
Yeah, do tequila. Plus, as I'm switching, all I can think about is Megan telling me how much I suck at switching. So I'm trying to really pay attention when people talk so that I can be on it.
All right. Tequila, grapefruit juice, 3 ice cubes, stir together.
Sparkling water.
Sparkling water on top for a little spritz.
Little spritz right there at the top. Rants and raves. Have we landed there? Are we there already?
We're there already. Time for this week's rants and rave. Who wants to kick us off?
Why don't you kick us off?
All right, I'll kick us off.
Hit it.
This week, I'm ranting about cell phone prices.
Yeah, I don't blame
The
you.
abomination that is cell phone prices. My Moto X is finally coming to the end of its life term. I can't lock my phone.
Came to an end.
Came to an end, whatever. I've randomly been sending emails from my Gmail account in my pocket. Didn't know it. I randomly text people because I can't lock my phone. So I think it's time for me to retire the Moto. It did its job. It lasted 3 years, 3 to 4 years. It's pretty good for a smartphone. I use my smartphones to the ground. So it's time to move on. I've been shopping around for some smartphones, and I think I've landed on the Galaxy 7. The problem is it's $694. That's just a lot of money. You look at the iPhone, same price, right? You look at any other flagship phone from other companies, pretty much the same price. I'm just saying it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
That's my rant of the week, that it cost a freaking ton of money to update my phone.
And you really get
right.
2 years.
Right. And you only get a year and a half, 2 years.
Really, you get 2 years if you're
Right.
feeling good about it.
That's right. So that's my rant. Is the abomination of I mean, there's a Moto X's that are $299. There's the what is that, OnePlus, right, phone that is that known as a flagship killer. That is also half the price.
I know what you can buy.
Matt knows what I can buy.
Why don't you look for a clearance Amazon Fire phone?
You know what I saw when I was, and it'll be a part of my rave coming up real shortly here. But when I was in one of the carrier stores recently, changing my carrier, I noticed that they actually had a flip phone available for purchase.
What? My dad needs one of those.
See? More people need one of those than people know. Because there are just a lot of people out there that really have no need for 98% of what's going on a computer in your hand. But
yeah, but that's my rant. $694 for a phone. I mean, I have to go research the next program or whatever they offer, the monthly payment thing. I'm
Yeah.
going to go research that. But I like to buy my phones outright.
Yeah, I don't blame you, but I can't do it. It's just too much.
Yeah, the $694 can't justify it. But coming up in the next few weeks is going to be April. And April is my birthday month. So, starting April,
Are you saying?
I'm going to give you Connolly's favorite thing every week. Connolly's favorite thing for birthday month.
Oh, lucky us.
You're
In hopes that somebody will hear that and
my wife is listening.
send it your way.
We'll send it my way. But
Mhm.
I'm going to celebrate my birthday all month long in the month of April because
What day is your birthday?
April 25th.
Mm.
Same day as the one and only Edward R. Murrow.
Huh.
There you go.
Good for you.
You can look forward to Connolly's favorite things month.
Oh, I do look
The
forward.
whole month. Not just like 1 week. It's the whole month because my birthday's at the end of the month. So you're lucky and you're welcome in
Very-
advance.
Very exciting. Go, Greg.
That's going to be great. My rave is, as I had mentioned, unless you just tuned in to this podcast live, it is I went for a carrier switch. I was Verizon guy. I was at a place, we're on a family plan. We've got a whole bunch of phones. We've got a whole bunch of phones that needed to be upgraded. Same thing you're talking about with the price and everything. It really factored into that. Plus, we just, the prices were staying super, super high. So I decided to take a look at some of the other carriers. The place we all work for has the highest discount for us on the carrier that I chose to go with, which was Sprint in this case, because they were offering the big super duper deal where you've seen the ads where we'll cut your deal in half and pay for your whatever's left over and all the stuff to get you on their plan.
Chainsaw.
The chainsaw was part of one of them. Yeah, I can't remember if
We
that
get
was.
shitty network, but whatever.
They don't have a shitty network. And this
Whatever.
is a family show.
Oh, sorry.
Anyhow, I was a little concerned about that. I make a commute through a reasonably desolate area and one that is sans any real any connection speeds of any kind between the bustling metropolises that I travel between every day. So I try to get some work done during that time. So I've been reticent to change. But it got to a place where I think my bill was probably going to be in the $450 plus zone if I wanted to upgrade any phones, plus continue on with a reasonably a small amount of data to share with that group. So did the switch, did the 50% thing. The rave part of it was just that I have it's not a phobia, but I feel like I'm going in to buy a used car. I get that squinchy look on my face like some people do when they order tequila or somebody says tequila.
You're right.
When I have to go into like a phone store and start doing this stuff because you can see they've got their program thing, all the stuff they got to ask you and they got to try to upsell you on this and it's just for crying out loud, can we just get to the facts, please?
Can you
And I
see
said-
the big trap door that I'm going to fall through in a year?
Right, and I still feel like I need a shower when I'm on my way out. I hate going in there and having to deal with that stuff. At any rate, I had a really good experience.
That's
And
great.
it wasn't just one person, because I talked to 2 or 3 different people over a couple of different days, just sort of ironing out a couple of different pieces of it, because I had several phones I was upgrading, and we have to send some back and all that kind of stuff. They were super clear. There was just no BS. It wasn't. It's going to be this little teeny price, and then all of a sudden you've got this huge bill. It really was. It was just completely honest, and everything was up front, and everything's been real square. So, I was pleased with that because I've never had a good experience other than that one at a phone store. So, it's still phones, and it's still unbelievably expensive, but it's still not. It's a lot better, and everybody's upgraded. So, I feel
Good
good.
on you, Sprint. Good on you.
I say good on them. I never would have expected it, but it happened.
Let's round it out, Matt.
I have a rant and a rave.
Oh, God. 2 of them.
Holy cow, I need another drink.
My rave is short.
All right.
Fill you up.
All right, go ahead.
As I'm dying. I'm sure you guys have noticed this on your Apple TV, but have you ever noticed that when you're moving?
Is this a rant or rave?
This is a rave.
Okay.
That when you're moving left and right,
Left and right.
the audio moves with it.
Like
It
what do you mean?
does. Yeah.
Like when you're moving around the left side of your screen. So say if you start on the left and you move to the right,
Mhm.
you hear the audio move from the left to the right,
Oh yes.
which I think is just a very fun little detail that they put in. So good for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Thanks, Apple.
My rant is also about the Apple TV,
Oh man.
but I don't know if it's the
It's
Apple
not in
TV.
4K. That's the problem.
I don't care about that.
Oh, but I'm gonna get a 4K 80-inch TV right now. Anyways, continue.
I don't know if this is Apple's fault. I doubt it is.
It probably is.
I think it's more HDTV's fault.
I don't think so.
So with my HDTV activation, you have to do the roundabout link way because I guess they're not officially a part. They don't support Xfinity officially or whatever, and you have to like go get the link and then you have to fill in your device ID and whatever.
Isn't that all of them?
No, some of them work. Like
What do you mean work?
some of them you can just go onto their website /activate, and Xfinity is an option.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. In fact, there are several apps where you have to go to a third-party site to be able to make it to get the activation.
I don't know what you're talking
So
about.
so like when you go to activate an app on Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Usually it's their website /activate,
Right.
right? And you go in and you type in the code,
Yeah.
and then
And
you
it
pick
doesn't
your,
work.
Yeah, you pick your company,
Right.
and then you
Mhm.
log in.
Right.
Well, HDTV does not support Xfinity customers,
Oh.
No,
so
they
you
don't.
have to Google it and find the activation link, which is
What
like
does it show you on screen?
it gives you the same same token, but when you go to you type it in, right?
Yeah.
Xfinity isn't an option.
Oh.
It's
So-
like it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Maybe they're trying to tell you something.
So you have to go find like someone figured out, the link. So you have to make sure you're signed into your Xfinity account and you fill in the code on the URL and you just go there, and then eventually it activates.
Hmm.
So I don't know if it's HDTV's fault or the Apple TV's fault, but it seems like now when we try and watch shows, it'll do this thing where it starts to fade like it's gonna play,
Mm,
and then it fails.
that has happened to me many times.
And so you get stuck in this cycle where it starts to fade like it's going to start, and
That's
then it
right.
comes back. And it starts to fade, and it comes back.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
All I want to do is watch people get married.
yeah,
That's all I wanted to do. Have you heard of the show Married at First Sight, Greg?
Yeah, I have.
Oh my God, what a train wreck that is that you can't turn away. That's all I wanted to watch. Oh, sorry, Matt. You may continue.
and I guess maybe I'll ask you guys, what do you do when that happens?
I hit the home button, I turn my TV off, and I walk away.
Oh, wow.
Greg, have you? Is that also what you do?
Yeah, I was. It's funny while you were talking. I was trying to find the link because I found a good link that has an entire page that is full of all of these different ones, and ABC has several of them that fit into that category as well. And I can very quickly go to that page now, and the HDTV family of them are there as well.
Yeah.
And it gives you a quick place to just basically do exactly what you were going to do on the other splash page that comes up on the app.
Mm-hmm.
And then it works from there.
Oh.
So it takes a step out of it. And I'll share it with you if I can find it. I can't remember which browser it's in or wherever it happens to be, but it might just be in my phone or something and not on the computer because I tend
Probably
to
on
be
your
using
sticky
that.
note. Post-it.
Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I hand wrote
It
it.
blew away and fell in the
Mhm.
trash can.
Oh yeah, my dog ate it. At
So
any
you-
rate, I found a site that does that. But what I notice is, and sometimes we've gotten into the same thing, which is similar to what you were talking about. Is you'll get to the all the way into the app, and you get to the episode you want to play, and you press it, and it just goes right back to the menu.
Yeah.
Yes.
It doesn't even fade like it's going to do anything. It doesn't even fake or juke you. It just says no. Now I'm out. So I've had to sign out, go to that site, and then redo the activation, and then it works fine every time. So it hasn't been very often, but it is every once in a while.
Yeah. And so anyway,
Anyway,
No.
what you said doesn't matter.
No, it matters. But what I'm getting at is, I've Googled this, and Apple has given me instructions, but I cannot figure out how to kill an app on the Apple TV.
Oh, I know how to do that.
Oh, I don't know how to do it either. I wanted to do that too.
You hold your not the menu button, the one to the right of it. Then
The
it'll
TV button?
Yes, the TV button. You gotta hold it for 3 seconds. Then it'll push all the apps back like it's on the iPad and the iPhone, and you just scroll through with
Yeah.
your thing. You get to the app and you flip it up, and it kills it.
Oh,
Found that
okay.
by accident.
Okay.
So you're welcome.
So then that's step one. Step two.
Ta-da. But that's how you kill the app.
Problem 2 is that since I use a Harmony, I don't have that button.
Oh, well. Go back to the TV remote.
And it's just annoying. So I've had to I've discovered, and I have this down to a freaking science now, is you hover over the app, right, and you get the stuff at the top, right, when you're on the menu, right,
Yeah.
like the shows. So you jump into it, you go up, while you go to the menu, you choose a different show, it'll take you back in the app,
Oh my God.
and then it'll do the flashy thing like twice, and then it'll take you to the new show,
Okay.
and then it gets you out of it.
Man.
So yeah, fix that. Whoever is screwing this up for me,
Matt is not happy.
figure it out, because it's getting really annoying.
Or you just go get the damn Apple TV remote and do what Connolly just said.
But we'll fix the root of the problem.
Okay.
That would be
What I also don't like is when my TV show looks terrible, it gets to commercials, and the commercials are crystal clear. Back to the show, looks like crap.
I'm with you. I've seen
My
that many times.
well.
But-
you know why that is, right?
Slow internet, I don't know.
No. Do you want to know why that is?
Please, enlighten us.
I guess our
Yes.
listeners can learn something tonight.
They learned 2 things. They know how to kill an app on the Apple TV, and now why the commercials look so good,
That's
and my
true.
TV show doesn't.
It's because those commercials are stored on a cache server, right? And everyone is seeing those commercials. So there's always a copy of that commercial very close to you, whereas the show itself, there probably is not a copy close to you. But seeing as everyone is watching those ads, they're always close.
So it's just buffered in and
So
ready
the
to
server
go.
they're being served from is always very close to you.
Well, that's awesome.
It's because you decided to enlighten us that
Mhm.
that Matt's computer went down.
It's waiting to roll the ad.
It's waiting for the ad. All right, let's put a bow on the show.
All right. Bow on show. We're closing the book on this episode, which is much like other episodes.
We got so close.
What? What happened?
Bandwidth Boys Podcast. Boys Podcast. Twitter @GMK Podcast.
What is happening?
Web bandwidthboys.com. Bandwidth Boys Podcast.
All right. I'm Greg.
That's Matt. I'm Conway.
I
We'll see you
know.
next time on the Bandwidth Boys podcast.
That's enough.